Hey, everybody, welcome. It's Saturday Night Live. Okay, I always wanted to say that. Hey, everybody, welcome. Advocates for Justice, Paralegal Service. I'm Coach Neighbors, and I love my job. I don't know if you guys can tell that or not. For the new people who don't know who I am, you need to catch up. And for you new people wondering what my job is, my job used to be helping you learn how to kick attorneys' butts, excuse me. Now my job has changed, and we're gonna learn how to kick some judges' butts with an S, TTS. Today we're going to review a new document that I put together that you can use against a judge, against an attorney, or a corporation attacking you in court or before they get to court. But before we get into all of this good stuff, I need you guys to do the things, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and ring that bell so you get notified when class starts. So you ain't late. And the last thing, please leave a comment. Those comments and hitting that like button are real important because that lets the algorithms on YouTube know that I'm bringing value to the table, and they allow my ass to show to more people who are in need like you. So make sure you do those things. Now, there are a couple of things now I got my glass door open in the back. So if you guys hear the traffic outside, just let me know, and I will do magic and see if I can close the door while I'm streaming. Okay, I think we're just going to be stuck with the traffic for now. So, but anyway, if you can hear the traffic, let me know, because I kind of need to know how much sound the mic's picking up, so that I can know where my parameters are. Because sometimes it's nice to leave the door open if it's cool outside, like it is right now. Okay, so before we get started, there are a couple of things that we need to discuss. We're not having a team meeting, but we're kind of having a team meeting. When you personalize your document, I mean to personalize it, not restructure the stinking thing, okay? When I say personalize your document that you bought from me, that means that all you have to do is change the red font with your information, or your case information, or the information about your state. You change only the red font. You don't add a bunch of stuff. You do not add a bunch of stuff. The document is designed to do a job. The document is actually designed to do a smaller part of a job, and all of the things and steps together add up into the big picture. If you change stuff, then you're not going to be where you need to be when it's time to look at the big picture. So don't change anything. Don't worry if it doesn't talk about your situation. We don't go into court defending the lies that they said you did or didn't do, because when you get done doing all of that, you're still standing in there a pile of crap, which is the lies and the fraud. That's not how we roll. What we do is go in attacking them for the federal laws they're violating to create the problem that you're dealing with right now. Okay, that's how we roll with that. Don't add a bunch of stuff that they want to argue about. Now, you need to remember, there's a conventional and there's non-conventional program. In my non-conventional program, we're not talking about any of that shit that they want you to talk about. All of that stuff that people get emotionally wrapped up in and want to talk to me about, things that happened in 2008 and all of that, I don't need to know that, and you don't need to worry about that. The only thing that you're going to add from their BS to your new non-conventional lawsuit program is a copy of the document that they use to initiate the foreclosure against your property. In a non-judicial, that would be the notice of default letter. In a judicial foreclosure, that'd be the complaint, the claim, or petition, or whatever. And the reason you're adding those documents have nothing to do with all of that stuff everybody wants to talk to me about. The reason you're adding those documents is to verify who signed it. Remember, in my program, you're going in with the attorney as number one, defendant, the law firm second, and the last servicer. That's it. That's it. And the reason you're doing that is because if you look on that petition, or if you look on that notice of default letter, it's signed by an attorney, not the bank. Nobody from the bank ever signs shit. The bank does a charge off, they claim it on the taxes, they write it off the insurance, and they stole your money in the first place. And on the modern money mechanics, they were granted 9 times the amount in the demand deposit account when they illegally process your promissory note to the Federal Reserve. That's another stream. But but those of you who have done your homework know exactly what I'm talking about. According to Modern Money Mechanics publication, they were granted 9 times the amount. And then they want to keep your money. And when they get done screwing you over with the foreclosure shit, they don't want to settle and give you the remainder of what you almost paid off or any of that. No, they just take it all because they can. Well, we got a new sheriff in town right now. See if we can't put a stop to some of that. So don't add all of that junk to my documents. My documents are designed to put you in a specific position. You may not understand it. If you did understand it, you wouldn't need to pay me to use my documents. Okay? I mean, think about it. I have people call me all the time and they start asking me questions and picking my brain. And if what I say don't make sense to them, then they're skeptical and want to know how many wins and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, dude, number one, I'm the coach here. I've got great reviews. And number two, the program that you're using sucks or you wouldn't need me. So if you're going to need to get in a different program, my suggestion would be to lip it up and start learning. Because you can run yourself out of time and let the fear run the program. And when the fear runs the program, nothing's going to get done. And pretty soon they're going to be at your house throwing your shit in the yard. And it's sad, but that's the way it goes down. That's the way it goes down. So in my program, you must have a different mindset. And some people, when they talk to me and they have trouble switching over to this other mindset, have trouble wondering why I'm about to get mad, start yelling at them, sending their ass to the, no, I'm not sending you to the bench. Okay, I'm going to send you to the line to go run. Yeah, I don't have a bench because I don't take hostages. If your ass ain't working and doing whatever it takes, then you ain't going to be on the team. And anybody that doesn't follow the rules, anybody that starts sending me their documents and stuff and thinking that I'm going to look at their stuff like I'm an attorney, no, that's not going to work. You got 3 chances. If you use up your 3 chances still sending me stuff because you're excited, because you're scared or angry or whatever, I don't care. You're going to be blocked and kicked out of the program, okay? Because those are the things that people have to do to be able to get up in my face and say, I'm practicing law without a license, or I'm passing myself off as an attorney, or any of that crap. Now, I ain't worried about that shit because they already tried it and I'm still here, okay? But here's the thing. I don't have time to deal with that, okay? We got 603 people in our private Facebook page that's fighting. I don't have time to deal with putting stuff in people's face that ain't helping anybody save their house or get any money in their pocket. So that's the way that goes. So in my program, you must have a different mindset. Your mindset is not going into court to defend the lies that they said that you did or didn't do. We never go into court defending the lies that the attorneys put on the record. Never. If you do, you're doomed. And you ain't never going to be driver of the bus doing that. You will learn how to attack them for violating federal laws and use the violations to challenge their staying in court. The stuff you'll be attacking them for is federal law violations, and they're much more serious in nature. And once you challenge the judge's legal authority, all of his decisions will come under investigation. And they don't want that problem. They do not want that problem. Now remember, their conventional program is structured for argument. I mean, I don't know. I either play football, I box, and I can keep it simple. Their conventional program is structured for arguing. And when the arguing's done, the judge gets to help them. Pretty plain. So all that emotional crap that people talk about and think that is what we need to be talking about is not helping you in my program. All that stuff does is allows the arguing to start. I want to go to the table with shit they don't want to argue about. They don't want to talk about. They don't want to rule on. Hot potato. That's how you do this. Now, we have learned how to cut to the chase. And when I say cut to the chase, I mean cut to the chase. To hell with the appeal and all of that stuff that just drags on time while they beat you down. We don't do none of that shit. We cut to the chase. And when I say cut to the chase, what I'm talking about suing the judge right out the gate. Yep. I figured it out, a document that we need to sue the judge right out of the gate. Well, technically, I'm like, look, technically, you about to go into eviction court. And if you don't have your stuff on the record and have your lawsuit filed against the judge is going to rule. And technically, you're going to have 10 damn days to get your shit out of your house. And technically, when you go run down there to file your lawsuit, technically, after the fact, technically, they're going to throw your shit in the basket and leave it sitting on the table. Technically, while they throw your family out of your house and your stuff out in the freaking front yard. Technically, that's what's going to happen. Okay, she was done with the technically stuff. I'm serious. I get this all the time. People come to me for help. They start feeling comfortable with where they're at. They get a couple of things, and they start telling me what we need to be doing. No. If you're not going to do the program the way we need to do it, then you can do whatever you want. But when you start doing whatever you want, you're on your own, okay? Because the coaching comes in when you do the shit the way I have it set up. We set up this program from real-time feedback from the 603 members that's in our Facebook page and other people that aren't in the group that are using the documents and strategies and reporting back to me how things are going or what they're trying to use to get it. Yeah. That's helped us build a pretty stinking cool program right here. And when I say cool, I mean cool, because we got people still in the group. I got a call. I got a phone call and an email from Leo and his wife, Kimberly, who are from the Facebook group. And I've never talked to them before. Or actually, they're not from the Facebook group. They're from the YouTube. And I've never actually talked to them in a group or anything, but he emailed me and I called him and we talked for a little while. And it's pretty cool. He used a jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit and got them to stop the sale, remove his property from the list. And they removed his property from the list with S, all of the other real estate lists and stuff. Yeah. And got the hell out of their face. So way to go, Leo and Kimberly. You guys did a great job. I think one of the things that I tell people, one of the last things I say to people, like when they're going to enroll in my program, and I don't actually talk to everyone, but there's some people I talk to on the phone because they have questions or whatever, or I might be messaging them. And the last thing that I'll tell you, and if you're in the group, if I've told you this, you guys chime up and let everybody know that I do say this. The last thing I tell people is, I'm going to show you how to have some fun. And I'm going to ask you at some point if you're having fun. Now, you may not win, you may not be done, and you may not have, but you're not getting your ass kicked either anymore. Okay. And they're the ones stalling and asking for continuance. And you know what I'm talking about up in here. So I had 2 more people email me last week and to let me know that their case got stopped. I had someone in the group message me and let me know that their client's house had got taken off of the auction and it got removed off of the list. And they said they're not still out of the woods yet, but they're out on the 40. It may not be on the 50-yard line, but maybe they're on the 50. They're out somewhere out in the middle of the field, and now they can run some plays and attack the judge. because like we're about to learn right now, we don't have to wait until the judge throws you under the bus. Now we're learning how to cut to the chase and sue the judge or the attorney or any corporation for unrelated stuff. Unrelated to the foreclosure or unrelated to the traffic stop or whatever it is. Yep. And now that's a whole lot easier to argue and navigate in court because you got your court record to prove that they're screwing you over. They don't even figure out what you're doing until it's too late. Now, if you can show the judge is in violation of 3 federal laws, that would be a problem. Then all you have to do is jam the judge up with your lawsuit, file your motion to recuse the judge with the document that's in your lawsuit package. You would add a file stamp copy of this lawsuit, the $75 lawsuit package that I'm bragging about. You add a file stamp copy of that, and the judge is done. And now they need to find a new judge. Now, how about you? Would you like to be the new judge stepping up to this? A little fire in the kitchen. Yeah, that's the problem. So they need a new judge now. Once you do this, this $75 document is going to jam their ass up. And once you do this, they're going to need a new judge. They're going to need a new prosecutor, wherever you use it against. And the new people know that you can add their ass right to the name. Just do a counterclaim and add their ass right to the list. So, I don't know. They only have one way to roll on this, and that's the same way the new judge rolled. That was in my sister's judicial foreclosure when they terminated the case and went and sat the hell down. And they didn't tell us they were terminating the case, so we didn't know. We kept filing stuff. And then I came up with the change of venue motion. I was about ready to file that in their face, just move everything right out of state court because a foreign agent cannot file action in state court. And attorneys are foreign agents, and that's why they have to file a notice of appearance because they're a foreign agent. And they're in violation of the Foreign Agent Registration Act of 1938. Yeah, they're in violation of some stuff. You do your homework like I have, and you will find the loopholes. And yeah, we need to study to stop being a damn defendant. Okay? We need to learn what a defendant is. So that's what we're going to look at here real quick. I'm going to do a screen share. Hey, everybody. Mike Williams, Facebook user. Okay, if you're from Facebook, you got to click that thing to give them permission to show your name. Otherwise, it just shows Facebook user. Let me see if I have a banner for that. Oh, I thought I did, but I don't see it. So we'll put a banner up for that later. So welcome, guys. Gary Jackson, Free Church Press, and Ralph, dude, good evening, bud. You're here every day. I mean, well, every stream. I feel like it's every day. Good evening, buddy. So let's get back on this so we can get this, stay on the time frame here. So we need to learn how to stop being the damn defendant. And I'm going to show you and figure out how to do a screen share here. Okay, so this is actually what it looks like when you open up the zip file for this $2 million lawsuit for the FDCPA Administrative Procedures Act and FAR violation. Now, you can add more than what's on here. You can add 5 or 10, whatever you want to do. State court has a limit. I don't think they can do the 5. So we just lowered it down to the 2. But at the end of the day, it ain't about the money anyway, because you're using that to make them get the hell out of your face. And I wanted to show you you'll get these 4 documents in that package for $75. So this is the inventory notice of claim. And if you don't have time to do all that, I would just file it anyway and then file your lawsuit the next day or the same day or something like that. So they can't say you didn't have the notice of claim, because you don't have time to wait if they're about to kick your ass out of your house and steal your stuff. So you don't have to wait, but you want to just go ahead and give it to them so they can't use that as an excuse to try to get out of anything. And then this is the $2.5 million administrative claim. And I'm going to show you that. I have it open. I'm just going to show you the first page and a little bit on the second page so that you can see, okay, we ain't playing. Okay, this lawsuit against the judge or against the bar members, you can file it against the State Bar Association. You can add to this that you're claiming, like we have here, their bar card, their bar license. You can sue them for the belt they're wearing around their waist. You can sue. So what we do when we use this is we have a process server serve the judge or the attorney at their house. And one of our team members included the attorney's assets, including the attorney's wife's vehicle. Yeah. Hey, you can be creative. I had one person at the attorney's house. They're suing the attorney at damages in this, and in addition to $2.5 million and the bar card, they're suing the attorney for their house. And now the attorney gets to see what it feels like to be facing, well, let's put it this way. Now the attorney's going to get to see what it feels like for his or her spouse to know that their ass is getting sued, and so is a law firm, and so is the attorney getting sued for their stuff. And now the attorney get to see what it feels like to see the fear in your wife's face, your spouse's face, that you're going to be homeless. I love what I do here. Now, I have people call me now, or they'll message me, oh, I don't know if I can use this. It doesn't talk about my stuff. I'm like, oh, geez. I don't even want to have the conversation when people tell me that, because that tells me you have not watched the video, you have not watched the instructional video or any of the other videos, and you have no damn idea what's going on. And to be quite honest with you, I don't have time to hold your hand from the beginning to where you're at now. I can start talking about what you need to do. You're not going to have any damn idea what the hell I'm talking about, because you did not watch the video. The instructional videos are designed to catch you up to speed so you can talk to me about this so that I can help you. I don't have time to go all the way back to where I need to go to square one for you to be able to understand. That's why we have the video. Now, I have people call me and tell me, hey, I can't use this because I'm not in that court that you mentioned in the video. Or I'm in a different court. I'm in bankrupt. It don't matter what damn court you're in. You're getting screwed, okay? It's like, okay, if that was the case, I'm the coach here and the expert on this. If that was the case, I wouldn't send your ass the shit to use in a court that you're going to, come on now. I'm not an attorney. That's how attorneys roll. I ain't like that, okay? I need you guys to be able to step up to the plate, get this shit handled, and get the hell out of the way so some more people can come in, because I ain't charging enough money to try to keep my hand in anybody's pocket. So there, I said it. If you don't understand, it's not going to work out for you. And all you got to do is watch the damn instructional video. People telling me, oh, I got to do, I can't file until I understand everything. And I'm like, well, maybe you need to start packing your shit. Because it took me a long time to understand all this stuff. And at some point, you're going to have to trust somebody and just get your shit filed until you have time to double check. Or I'm going to suggest you start packing your shit. Because if you don't get the stuff filed and start worrying about having everything be absolutely perfect and understanding every freaking little thing, you're going to run yourself out of freaking time. And then when you call me at the last minute asking me how, I'm going to say no. I don't rush around. I don't do all of that. I try to answer everyone's questions and I try to get things done on the front half. So when you sit down and start putting shit together, you have some kind of understanding. You're not going to be there if you don't watch the instructional video. Okay, I'll move on. So here's the deal with how I do things. If you'll see right here, this case law allows me to use federal case law in state court. Yep, federal case law in state court. And I use that all of my stuff, well, very little has state court case law. I use federal case law in anything that we file in state court. I use federal case law, obviously, in anything that we file in federal court. That's how my documents are able to be used in any state. All you have to do is change the red font. Your name goes here. You change your state initials. You change the red font. And I'm going to scroll down here so you guys can see this. And this messes them up because when you filing federal case law in state court is no different than filing Supreme Court case law in state or federal. Okay, so it's a higher court. You can file in lower court. Now, the lower court can't file stuff in higher court, so they can't file stuff from state court in federal court. So if you use to change the venue motion and drag their happy asses over to federal court, they're screwed because they're going to have to redo everything. Yeah, I love my job. Ralph said he thought my stream is very blurry. Huh. Well, Ralph, I'm looking at myself in the picture and I'm looking pretty damn good. So I didn't know what I'm seeing the playback, and yeah, I'm looking pretty damn good. So with my new Kansas shirt on, even though we got our ass kicked in basketball this year. Anyway, that's another stream. So they hate it when you use federal case law in state court because it kind of ties the judge's hands because it sets precedents. But we don't worry about all that anyway because what we're learning today, we already know the judge is going to help them. So we got a plan that we put together for that. Now I want to scroll down just a little bit further so you guys can see how we're going in with this lawsuit. So against the judge and the attorneys. The attorneys cannot testify, and that's what they're doing. And they're testifying without an injured party. They can't do that. That's a problem. Hearsay testimony all day long. Everything they say. That's why whenever attorney opens his mouth, first thing you do is jump up and object. And if the judge asks you why you're objecting, you can't think of nothing you're telling. You just want your objection on the record, and you're going to let your legal team figure out why the hell you're objecting when they get done watching the tape, because they're going to come back and kick your ass. Okay, so Free Church said it's not buffering, but it's blurry. Well, we're just gonna keep rolling. That's what you do when you got a live stream and it's jacked up. I know y'all seen that one live stream of me that I started, and I thought I'd be like that guy Borg who talks about the Bible, and he's always drinking a glass of wine. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna be cool. Give me a glass of wine. So yeah, I got me a glass of wine. And right before it was time to come on, I thought I'd take a little sip of my water. But I forgot I was drinking wine and I took too much and I started choking myself to death. Yeah, I know y'all seen that. It's funny. My wife's like, well, could you cut it out? No, sweetie, there ain't no cutting on the live stream. Okay. The shit is the shit. I just played it off. So we just going to keep rolling. So then you see here, we go into the Administrative Procedures Act, and I'm just going to show you this so you can see. If you ever try to research this, you need to make sure that you are using of 1946 on the end. If you don't, you will never find it. Well, you're probably not going to find it anyway. It's really hard to find. I actually ran across it. I stumbled across it. I ain't even going to lie. Okay, I stumbled across it and I saved it because I didn't understand it. And then about 4 or 5 months later, I saw some other information about it. So I saved it too. And then pretty soon I opened it up and started checking it out because the other information was saying how badass it was. And yeah, you can see here that this was enacted into federal law in 1946, and the key to this states that government administrative policies must be in harmony with the Constitution. Now, it's not just the government administrative policies, it's corporate administrative policies. And that's why this document can be used against an attorney, against a city. If a corporation is coming after you, then their shit fits into this. And the way it's set up right now, if the corporation comes after you and it doesn't include a fraudulent loan or violation of Fair Debt Collection Act practice, any of that, then you just want to take the Fair Debt Collection practice stuff out and just stick with the Administrative Procedures Act and the fact that they're in violation of the Foreign Agent Registration Act, 1938. Yeah, I got it together in there. It's just sometimes it jumbles all together, but I can get it out. Just give me a minute. I think it's obvious I know what the hell I'm talking about. So even if I can't get it all out, I got too much that wants to come out at the same time. Now, as you can see here, this is pretty serious. Now, you can't get money for this because it's administrative. And that's why we got the other things that you're suing for, constitutional right violations and RICO and all kind of shit in the other lawsuit package. So, but they're violating the law, they're violating your constitutional rights. So that's where the money comes in on the punitive and compensatory damages. But you can see here, this Administrative Procedures Act is the shit if you know how to hold their feet to the fire on it. And if they change their rules and if they change their corporate rules and policies to be in line with the corporation, they wouldn't make any money. Okay, they would not make any money, and they would have to stop screwing people over. They would have to give you the deed to your property. Yeah, they would have to do a lot of stuff they ain't trying to do. So that's all I want to show on that. I want to show you guys something else. So we talked earlier about being the defendant, and we need to stop being the defendant. So we're going to look up what a defendant is, because this is real interesting. So here we go. The defendant is an individual, company, or institution sued or accused in a court of law. Now, further down, it talks about defendant is accused of a criminal or whatever. But here's the deal: there ain't no criminal. It's all civil. And if you think there's criminal, you're crazy. And I'll tell you, the criminal jurisdiction is derived from the statutes. And we've already made the determination that the statutes do not have the necessary elements to be considered a valid law. Remember, they don't have an enacting clause, which tells people on what authority the law came from, who's subject to following it. We, the people, in the Constitution is the preamble for is the preamble for the Constitution, and that's the enacting clause for the Constitution. If they don't have a title and they don't have a body, statutes do not have these things. So criminal jurisdiction comes from the statute, and if you can prove the statute does not have the necessary elements to be a valid law, bam, you're done. It's a wrap. Now, that's what you want to be suing them for. Not all that other shit they said you did or didn't do. This is how we do it. We want to change your mindset. Now, the most important thing here in reading this is the wording. The wording is almost more important than the case law to me, because if you can jam the ass up with the wording, you ain't never going to get to the case law. The wording. An individual, a company, or institution sued or accused of in a court of law. You're not in a court of law. You're an administrative court of BS, and that's why they don't freaking give you any constitutional rights, because that administrative court is not connected to the Constitution, and they don't have to do shit unless you sue their ass. I mean, I'm somebody tell me if I'm wrong, because that's where I'm at. I've been helping people for a minute now, and these people don't care because they know that they're going to drag it on. They're going to drag it on. They're going to have a bunch of more hearings, and they need some more shit, and they're just going to drag it on. Well, they ain't dragging it on no more, because we learned how to sue the judge and the attorneys, whoever's name is signed on the shit. We learned how to sue their ass at the gate. Bam. Hey, Calvin Lindsay, Dylan Shea, and I am one with all. Welcome. Appreciate the privilege of sharing you guys' time. So Ralph, maybe you still having trouble buffering. I'm thinking that's on your side. So maybe you got some people streaming or something or doing something else instead of watching me. So you guys, please click that like button. Make sure you click the like button, because how many people I have here, I just have at least that many likes. Unless it's somebody that don't like it. Then let me know so I can click your ass. Okay, never mind. Click your ass out of here. Okay, sorry. I'm getting out of control. So that's what we're talking about here. It's the words. Like right out of the, why be the defendant? Okay, because you're not in a court of law, and even if they call you the defendant, you don't have to be the defendant. So defendant is the one getting their ass kicked. That's how I see. Yeah, the names they got on the paper don't mean shit. Okay, the defendant to me is the one getting their ass kicked and the one having to do the defending. So in my non-convention program, that defendant shit flops around. Well, we're going to flop it around one time and just leave it flopped. So they're the ones that are doing the defending. And that's how you do it. You can't go into their court arguing their stuff and all of that. That's not going to work for anybody. Now, I want to show you guys the offer. Here. So this is the offer. When you click on the link, this is what you're gonna go to, what you're gonna see. And I'm showing you this because I want you guys, if you're interested in this, to watch the videos. I put the instructional videos. Oh yeah, so that's the a screenshot of the docket sheet showing that this document forced the judge to terminate the foreclosure in my sister's case. But what I want to show you guys is you can scroll down here. If you take the time to scroll down, and I may rearrange this and put this, and you can see the instructional videos. And this one, most of them, I have 2 videos, and this one I only have 1 video in. But the foreclosure defense lawsuit packages have the instructional videos in the offer, and this one has the instructional video in the offer too. That's a lot easier to look at the video in the offer than it is to go to my YouTube channel and then figure out where the video is in 185 videos. Now, with that being said, the way my YouTube channel is set up, it's set up in playlist. So you want to check out the jurisdictional challenge or the jurisdiction playlist. That's where you want to start, because everything that we do here is based off of the lack of their lack of jurisdiction or your challenge of jurisdiction. Everything that we do, we want to keep them at the gate, and that's why we do it this way. Challenging the jurisdiction keeps them at the gate and forces them to be accountable for the shit that needed to be done at the gate to give them standing to be in your face for anything that they said you did or didn't do. So that's how we roll with that. And we have several offers. I'll put a link to some of them. I'll put a link to this one here since I'm already here in the group. And there it goes. Okay. So let's stop the screen share and get back to work. So, like I said, the words are the most important thing. You can't, if you get the words right, they're not going to be able to get past, you're not going to make it to the case law and all that other stuff. Now, on the down, down on the page, the references further down the page, they reference criminal law or criminal, but nothing's criminal. Everything's civil. So they just do that. Criminal gets its jurisdiction from a statute, and we already talked about all that. So you're not in a court of law. You're not in a court that's connected to the Constitution. That's why you don't have any rights. And they're not going to tell you that unless you figure it out and start suing them. And then you'll make a splash, and then don't want other people to know. So if you know the judge is going to screw with you, why wait? Why wait? Why wait till the judge is screwing with you? Or shoot, why wait? Remember, you're not going to win. Well, I used to say that, and then we won. But let me change that. The judge is not going to help you win. So you're not going to go into court and have the judge rule in your favor on some stuff or whatever, because that's not the way it goes. You're going to have to sue some people to make them straighten the hell up and to make other people not want to get involved. That's how you do it. In our program, we don't go in looking to win. We go in with a lunch. We're going to be a while. As long as they want to be stupid, we're going to keep filing stuff and punching them in the face. As long as they want to take the beat down, we're going to give it to them. And then sooner or later, someone's going to be visualizing the shared liability, or somebody's going to get served at their house and their spouse is going to be pissed and want to know what the hell is going on and start bugging somebody for some yeah. There's more than one way to get shit done up in here. So you guys need to keep that in mind. So if you're ready to stop playing around and make your move for only $75, I know it sounds crazy, right? This package should be like $2,500. Yeah. $75 sounds crazy, right? Yep. Well, the government said that I was crazy. Oh, wait. First, they started out saying I was mentally ill. And then they said I was crazy. I don't know why they don't like me. But if you guys stick with the program, you will learn how to focus on their loopholes, and you'll be able to use them against them. You'll use those loopholes against the officers of the government harassing you. People have no idea. You have way more power than you realize. You just need to know how. Well, first, you got to have the courage to use it. And then you need to know how to step up and use it. And you need someone to put the documents together for you because you don't have time. Bam, we got that done for you. My new lawsuit package can be used against any judge or corporation attacking your property or getting up in your face. It don't matter. If the city's in your face harassing you because your grass is too damn tall, or because you're a redneck and you park your car on the grass, or maybe your neck's black, okay? I don't I'm not prejudiced on the neck thing, okay? If the city's harassing your ass, yeah, you can file it as a notice of claim and you want to just play with them. But I guarantee you, when they see the fire you're bringing to the door in this document, they're going to have to sit down and do some thinking. We got a couple other people in the group that got this stuck up in some people's face. Yeah, we had one judge send the service back to the sheriff because the document that the lawsuit that he got served, this lawsuit right here, wasn't file stamped. Well, it wasn't file stamped because his supervisor clerk refused to file stamp it because her ass was named in it. Yeah, a little bit of a problem there. Well, we know they read that shit. Yeah. So we just had, and that was Shamel Maxwell. So Shamel just went ahead and filed her lawsuit against the state court judge in her federal lawsuit. All she needed was to have a file stamp. That's what the sheriff told her because they was pissed too. So she got a file stamped in federal court, and they served the judge again. And the last we heard, the broker was supposed to call her or something. They don't know how to do what needs to be done when you kick their ass because they're not used to that. When my sister jammed them up and the new judge came in, dismissed the case, they never sent us a letter, email, nothing. We had to ask them for another email. We had to ask them in an email for confirmation. And they sent us another email. I posted it once before. They sent the email confirming that the case had been terminated / disposed of. So I guess they don't have any forms for that, but they better get some because there's going to be some other people up in there getting the same shit done. Now, if the matter didn't involve the fraudulent loan, then you need to remove the FDCPA stuff out of the document and just go with the two things on there, the Administrative Procedures Act and FARA, the Foreign Agent Registration Act. You know, I talked about that. I have a couple of videos on that too. So now you guys should be creative. This document would be badass if you took the information out of it and turned it into a motion for summary judgment. Oh, when you file a motion for summary judgment, that forces the other side to put all this shit on the table and prove. Yeah, that would be badass to put together as a motion for summary judgment or a motion to dismiss. It's the information in the document that brings the value, not the damn case law and not all that other shit. Because like I said, if they can't get past the facts, we ain't never going to be talking about anything else because you're going to keep the ass at the gate. Fact is, they don't have an injured party. Fact is, you're a state citizen of the Republic of States you were born in. You're not a U.S. citizen. So they don't have any right to be harassing you with their statutory bullshit without injured party. That's the fact, Jack. Now, if you use that document as a motion to dismiss or a motion, it will blow their doors off, okay? And then you would set yourself up for the settlement. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You want to get yourself in position for the settlement. Because if you do this right, by the time you get your lawsuit filed in federal court and you get done jamming up the attorneys and the judge in state court, and you sue the judge in state court, then you can use that lawsuit that you filed in the judge against state court as an exhibit, as evidence in your federal title dispute. Yeah. So how they going to prove? How they going to prove that they didn't take jurisdiction without legal authority when you got it all right there, all wrapped up, and they just ignored all of the shit and dismissed your stuff and allowed the attorneys to go anyway? So when you get done adding all of that shit as evidence to your title dispute in federal court, I'd be calling the federal court clerk and telling them that they need to schedule a hearing settlement. How you going to have a trial when you got it all wrapped up and the court record is what you're using as your evidence? They're screwed. Now, anytime that you guys invest in any of my products, you need to watch the instructional video. And I would suggest that you watch the videos in the playlist for whatever it is that you're in. I have a playlist of videos for non-judicial. I have a playlist for judicial foreclosures. We have a playlist for suing the judge's ass. So we got a playlist for credit card lawsuits. And, you need to watch the videos in the playlist so you understand. And then if you have questions after that, I'll be glad to answer them, because then we're in a position where you are kind of up to speed where I'm at least enough to where we can talk and I can help you get up to speed or point you where you need to go so that you can get up to speed in a very short amount of time. And see, that's the thing. People call me and they think that, well, I can't find this. Dude, I'm busy. My time is valuable. I'm helping way more people than you're helping over there. So you got it. And I tell people sometimes that my job is not to make it easy for you. And I mean that literally. I don't mean that for everybody, but for some people who call me asking me stuff that they can find out on their own, they're just trying to do it faster because they think that's what this is about. That's what I'm going to tell you. This ain't about hurrying up and speeding and all of that. This is about you learning how to kick ass. It's a process. And if you do your job and do your homework, you will never have a problem with attorneys trying to collect from you again. You will know exactly how to handle them. When you get done with their ass on the phone, you'll be okay. So you'll be on the phone doing the same shit I do. So what's your name? Susan, what's your social security number? Because I'm going to need your social security number and your boss' social security number too. Because when I file my lawsuit against y'all ass for harassing me, I want to make sure I got the right people. And what's your boss's phone number? Do you know your boss's address? Because that's going to save me some time. And I'm going to need your address. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I be screwing with them when they call me. I be messing with them bad. They call me one day, want to sell me some siding. And I'm like, dude, I just need to, I'm interested in buying your siding, and I'm going to need some windows too. Do you guys do windows? Oh, hell yeah, Mr. Neighbors. We do windows and siding and everything. I was like, great, man. I need you guys to sign me up. But wait, I have just one question. Well, what's your question, Mr. Neighbors? Well, because we're ready to get this rolling. I said, I'm ready to get it rolling too, dude. But my one question is your siding fireproof? Oh, yes, Mr. Neighbors. Our siding's fireproof. Our windows are fire retardant. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I said, oh, well, I'm sorry. I can't use them. I can't use your shit if it's fireproof. Well, excuse me? I was like, dude, my kids are trying to steal my house and get all my stuff, and I'm just going to spend all my money and burn it down. And the dude was like, oh my. And then I heard somebody in the background telling him, hang up. Yeah. So anyway, I didn't buy the siding. They never called me back anymore. I think they thought I was crazy. I don't know. I just, just how I roll, I guess. Hey, Rachel. Welcome to the group. This is your first time. Yep, you came in on the end, but you'll be able to click and watch it over again. Because we just about to wrap it up. Hey, Anthony Banks. Yeah, I give people a hard time, man. I was talking to a guy on the phone, and he was telling me about, cops pulling him over, and he's black, and So I told him, I said, man, hey, James, when the cops pull you over and you think they're about to mess with you, okay? Now, I'm going to say this, but I don't mean any offense against anybody that has this problem, okay? Because when you're about to get beat up by the police, you need to do whatever you need to do, okay? So when the police pull you over and you see about to act stupid and come up to your window, start doing sign language. Oh, what? Oh. What the hell? Yeah. And they're going to be like, what? Oh, hell, I can't shoot him. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then when they decide to leave you the hell alone and they're walking away, just tell them, thank you for not screwing with me, officer. Okay, sorry. I'm kidding. Yeah, I do that. I do that to them too. So, well, of course they know me, so they don't even. I drive by without a seatbelt on. I give them the wave. Now they don't even want to bother me no more because the last time they pulled me over and gave me $3 $10 seatbelt tickets, I sued their ass and dragged them over in the federal court. Yep, just like I'm teaching you guys how to do. Yeah, I did it. Over a year, had their butt in federal court over $3 $10 seatbelt tickets and made them call me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about that when I was talking to this guy. So this guy called me and he's got a traffic situation. He turned down a street and he didn't see that the street was blocked off until he actually committed to the turn. And then he turned around to come out. A cop walked up to him and started asking a bunch of questions. And dude told him, "Dude, I don't answer questions from the police. I'm going to revoke my Fifth Amendment right to not incriminate myself." So a cop got mad. Cop wrote him a ticket for resisting arrest without violence and for crossing the center line. I'm like, shit. So you mean you crossed the center line when you turned around to come out of the blocked off dead end street? Well, yeah, that's what the cop gave him a ticket for. Yeah, so I put together a sanction motion that came out really badass that he's going to file against the prosecutor. And yeah, in that sanction motion, we spelled out what really happened. What really happened was my man was the victim of traffic citation trap. That's like speed trap, except the cops moved the barricades back off the street so you can't see that shit until you committed to turning in. And then once you turn in, they pounce on your ass and start giving you a bunch of shit. So our response to their stuff was that they used that technique to harass black retired disabled military veterans who'd never been in any trouble. Yeah, that's what the young man was. Say, yeah, they picked the wrong dude. They actually arrested him. So I looked it up. Okay, so resisting arrest. You either fighting their ass or you're not. Okay, there's no resisting arrest without violence. I ain't never heard of that. So I looked it up. And the code that they used was the same code for resisting arrest in the state of Florida. So like where is violence? B, C, -E something? No, there's nothing. So I was like, well, what the hell? So I Googled, and I live on Google. People ask, oh, I bet you spend a lot of time reading books on it. No, I live on Google. I Google resisting arrest without violence. And I pulled up a bunch of attorney ads. I called the dude and I sent him a link and he clicked on it. And he said, yeah, that's what I got. So that means it's legitimate. No, bullshit. That means it's bullshit. If it was legitimate, it would have pulled up with the statute and there would have been a place in the statute for without violence. That would have been C or B or something. Okay, that's how that. And even if it was a statute, we already talked about a statute ain't nothing but a bunch of bullshit. So at the end of the day, that's not going to be. But we'll just go with that because that's all they got. And we'll chop that up because it ain't mentioned in there. So resisting arrest without violence is just what the attorneys added on to the end of their bullshit because they can do that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been dragged through the federal bullshit too. and they will attack your ass and say and give half a case law and don't even put or half of a statute or whatever it was they're saying you did wrong and don't even put the right shit down there. And without the right shit, none of this up here means a damn thing. But they think we're stupid, and we used to be, but we're getting tired of being stupid. People getting tired of their shit getting taken. People get tired of being smashed in the face and treated like a damn criminal just because you're not kissing their ass. Well, I'm not an ass kisser either. So anyway. So I left a link to that into that offer in the window for anybody that's interested in that. That's the best $75 that you can spend, and I guarantee it's going to change your life. It will change your life. I know it sounds weird, but it will. My stuff will change your life. I got people still in their house. I got people, and it's really cool. It's a great feeling to know that someone learned from the stuff that I'm throwing on the table and was able to take what I threw on the table and go save their shit. Okay, that's priceless for me. And I am in the process. Oh, the new website's up and running. Oh, I'm going to put a link to it too. And it looks so beautiful. It came out nice. I still got some work I'm doing to it, and I need to add the online course to it. And I want to put a link to the online course in the group also. The online course is the bomb. And I put that course together for entrepreneurs and for property owners who, investors who had rental properties that they're trying to protect because of the pandemic. And the online course is half price right now at $1,200. And I think I just had someone sign up yesterday. I think I have 51 people in the online course, and I don't hardly hear shit from anybody, which is a good thing. That means everything is working, and they ain't got to be bothering me for nothing. Hello, Yonder Waters. Now, the online course is designed, we're using different documents, and I have a different Facebook group for the online course students. So, and the reason is because we have a different approach and different documents. The online course bringing more value. Everything is put together in the course. It's just like a regular course. You have videos, so you have lectures, and I don't do tests, okay, because we don't need to do tests because we're not testing you. Most people are going to do what they need to do if they're trying to save their house. So I ain't worried about nobody cheating. Hey, Ken. Oh, you finally got in the course and checked it out, Ken, huh? Thank you, buddy. Thank you for the shout out there. Ken said the online course is the bomb. Yeah, it's pretty badass. It's pretty badass. And all I got to say is if you're a property investor or if you just want to do it right and you have the money to, the online course is the best option that you have. Would that $75 be the one to get the house? I was yep. That $75 document is the bomb. Now, what I would probably do, I'm one with all, is I would probably want to use the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit to open. Now, you can go in with this and do it that way, but I would use the jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit to jam up the decision, the eviction decision or the last decision, and kind of reopen the case. And then when you filed your lawsuit, you can move that open case with the eviction issue over to be connected and open that up again and have that opened up. I don't care how long it was, because jurisdiction can be challenged up to 15 years. And so that's kind of how I would do that, because when you do that, that's going to force another judge in the eviction court to step up, or the last judge to, so you see how that works. You want to open that up and stir that back up before you file in the perfect world. That's in my world, that's how I do it, because I want to bring the maximum amount of heat up in their face. And that's for the foreclosure defense. Yeah, Anthony, they don't let me talk to the customers very much because I get out of control. But I'm gonna keep it real with you, and that's one of the things that you don't have to worry about with me. You roll with me, I'm gonna keep it real. Okay, I'm not connected to no attorneys. I don't have shit to deal with them fools, and they don't like me, and I don't like them. So that works out pretty well. But this program is my retirement, and it has to work, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it work. So you don't have to worry about me disappearing or leaving you hanging or anything, because I don't know where you live, and I don't have my hand in your in your wallet or your land. So, and that's what I try to tell people when they call me up and well, how many? I'm like, dude, you got to trust somebody. Okay, I don't even know where you live. I'm not interested in your stuff. I'm interested in getting my thinking Google review and seeing you smiling because my shit worked for you. Okay, that's where I'm at, and I want to make sure that it's affordable, and that's one of the things. And I learned how to use Google AdWords, so now I can drive people to my offer, which means I can keep the price low and still be able to eat. I'm a pretty big dude, and I like to eat, so. And I got that, and I got a dog that likes to eat too. My dog is more expensive than me. Okay, maybe not. Okay, never mind. I withdraw the last statement. So that's about all of the value I have for you guys tonight. I appreciate the opportunity, the privilege of sharing your time. And I hope I brought something to the table that's going to help somebody kick the judge's ass in the face. I mean, the judge's butt in the face. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.